Hi YouTube, it's Janelli here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a really personal story that is something that really happened to me this week, which is it's crazy that this is even something that's true and real for me, that my mind is still trying to process everything that happened. But I want to walk you guys through what happened to me on Tuesday night this week. I was at work basically. I had a work event at night, and I got a phone call, and the phone call was like, "Hey, the apartment is on fire," and I couldn't believe it. I've been in this apartment building for so many years. I just can't imagine that this would be true. I was like, "Are you kidding me? You're joking? Don't stop playing around." But no, it's true. The building caught on fire, and the apartment that we have is on the second floor. But the apartment that caught fire was on the third floor, so the fire is going to pretty much to the roof. And I'm gonna put some video footage here. It's not the best quality because I was walking around literally with my iPhone in my hand, just kind of recording. Like, I couldn't believe like what was happening as I was walking through, and it's just so crazy because I posted videos from this apartment back when I first started my channel. My very first video, actually, I was standing in the middle of the living room of this apartment, and you can see in the background there's like my painting and the orange carpet and the couches, and like it's just crazy because all that stuff is like, it's just damaged. The carpet is gone. Those couches don't, they're damaged. I mean, you can't take them from the apartment anymore. It's just no good. And the bedroom, like, I had a friend staying in my apartment, so it's even worse because it's like other people were involved, and it's just like such a crazy situation. It's so unfortunate, so devastating. All of the things that we had in the apartment, a lot of those things are just like completely ruined. There were some things that we were able to get out. I mean, we actually were able to get out a lot of stuff that was still in good condition, but it just smelled so bad. It smelled like, everything smelled like fire, like just smoke. It was just so much like in the apartment. You can barely breathe. You can really smell, fresh air, and it was just dark because the electricity was out and the water was shut off, and so it was literally like the entire apartment building was just out of commission. I, people know, you never think like something like this. Like, I never thought something like this was gonna happen to me. You read about stuff in the newspaper or you see it in the news, but you just don't think it's going to be you, or that this could happen to you or would happen to you. Obviously, it could, but like, what is the likelihood it's going to be you? And I always kind of used to think like that. It's only when something like this actually happens to you that you learn the hard way how important it is to actually, be protected. Renters insurance is something that I never even considered. Like, honestly, you guys, it's something that I was just like, oh, what are the chances, whatever. And also for me, like, my whole family is in New York City, and I still live in New York City. So it's like, I have my support system here. It's not as like scary, the thought to me that like, oh, if I lost everything, like, I'm literally on my own and I would have to figure everything out. For me, I kind of feel like I had a little bit of a safety net with my family being here and all my people around me to support me. So I think that kind of added a layer of like, man, I don't really need to get, renter's insurance. It's just extra money, right, that I'm paying every year. But in the past 2 days, ever since this craziness happened to me, I looked it up, and it's like so worth it. I mean, I feel like really dumb that I didn't have it. And this is literally just like hashtag lesson learned, so hard, because it costs like $10 a month, less than $10 a month. So you pay $100 for the whole year, and there's so many things that you are protected against. And it just is crazy that I feel like right now, we're leaving the apartment. We have to take all of our stuff out, and there's a lot of things that are damaged. If I didn't have family in New York, like, I wouldn't know where I was gonna stay. I would have to pay for a hotel or an Airbnb out of my pocket. And I'm very fortunate enough to be the kind of person who has a lot of information about saving and investing. And so, yes, I do have a savings account with my emergency fund that I can fall back on. But what if I didn't? What if I was that person who didn't have that, and this happened to me, and I'm literally homeless, or just like, jumping from my friend to friend to friend to see if I can have somewhere to stay. And that's so scary. And so I just wanted to put this video together to talk about renter's insurance because I feel like I never really gave it the time of day, but now I know that it's serious business. So that's something that definitely, I think more people need to think about and consider. When you are renting an apartment, all of your actual belongings, your objects, your electronics, your things, whatever you have is not protected if there's a fire or if there's a burglary or if a tree falls through your window randomly and just like breaks through a lot of your belongings and your window is broken and you need to repair all this stuff. I mean, there's so many things that could randomly happen, right? And people never think it's going to happen to them, and I never thought it would happen to me until it actually happened to me, and I'm just like, this is crazy. I wish I had renter's insurance. It's literally $10 a month, and all of the things in the apartment that were damaged would be protected and would be covered. I mean, obviously there's some like terms and conditions that you have to read because, like, for example, I think with like jewelry or with electronics, there's like a cap. So like they cover it up to like $2,500 or $1,500. So if you have something that's more expensive than that, like you have an engagement ring, or if you have like expensive, purses, I don't know, whatever you are into that maybe costs a lot of money. If you have something like that, that's way more than $1,000 or $3,000. Then you need to get like an additional, you need to pay a couple extra dollars on top of the 10 or 15 bucks that you paid for the basic insurance plan. Then you need to add additional protection. But I still feel like no matter what, even if you're paying 10 bucks a month for 10 years, that's $1,200. Whereas one fire, like the one that I experienced this week, let's say your MacBook is completely damaged and your mattress is completely soaked and damaged with like all crazy dirty water that fell through the ceiling, literally caved in, and you saw what happened, and so all of that stuff like is damaged. That's way more than $1,200, and now you have to come up with the cost to repair all of that and to replace all of that in 1 year, or less than a year, in a month or in a few months or however long it's going to take you. But versus paying $1,200 to protect you for 10 years. I mean, to me, it's, now that I think about it, it's like a no-brainer because, if I had like a kid, I mean, I don't have any children, but if I had a kid and I was trying to go to bed at night and in my head, I'm just thinking, oh man, I'm so worried about my child. What if something bad happens to me, to my child, or, to me while we're sleeping? If I could pay, any amount of money to be guaranteed that no matter what happened, we would be safe, then spending that money would totally be worth it. It would be completely worth it. Like I wouldn't even double, guess it. I wouldn't even think twice. I wouldn't even blink. I would be like, absolutely 100% yes, especially if it was as low as $10 or $15 a month. So, if you're the kind of person who you have a lot of belongings that really are, you cherish and they're expensive, or you don't want to be in the position where you have to come out of pocket if you don't have the money to pay for all these things or replace all these things in the event of an emergency, then renter's insurance is definitely something that you should consider. And I would say, especially if you're somebody who does not live in the same city with or state with your family, where you can fall back on that. Because I'm very fortunate that I have my family and my friends here as a support system. I'm a New Yorker and I'm here in New York. Everyone that I know that I grew up with is here. So if I needed to crash with somebody, or if I needed to, stay somewhere, I know I'm not worrying about that. I know I'm going to have food to eat. I know I'm going to have people around me to protect me, to keep me safe, to keep me sheltered. So if you are not in that situation, then you definitely need to consider renter's insurance, even more so than somebody who is somewhere where they know that they have a safety net and a support system. So, I mean, in all of this craziness that's happening to me, I'm just happy that everybody around me is alive and well. And I just keep saying that because it's like, you have to count your blessings. I mean, there's so many crazy things happening in the world right now. And, a lot of other countries are dealing with things that are so much worse than anything that I've described or that I showed in this video. So I have to constantly put that into perspective and really just keep my head up and know, like, this is going to be okay. And this is a lesson learned for me. Renter's insurance is definitely something that I'm going to have moving forward because you never know what could happen. If you're interested in learning more about renter's insurance, I'm definitely going to be putting some links in the description box below. I've been researching renter's insurance for the past 2 days nonstop. So I have a lot of different links that I recommend you guys check out. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just be safe, be positive, be happy, live every day like you are never going to get it back because you won't. And I'm just really happy and thankful for everybody who has been really supportive, texting me, calling me, commenting on my Instagram post this week, messaging me, emailing me, just reaching out to show support and saying if there's anything we could do, let me know, and just showing those messages to me that show me that people really care and they're looking out. And I really want to say thank you to every single one of you. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it. And I just want everybody to know how thankful I am for that and how appreciative I am for that. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can definitely put them in the comments below, or you can write them to me. As always, you can write them to me at missbehelpful@gmail.com. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and take a second to do that right now. Thank you again for watching my channel. Thank you so much for clicking like. Thank you so much for supporting me on this journey as I keep posting videos and learning more. Until next time,